Hey y'all, it's Gaming Granny coming at you, and this is Lego, the movie video game. Now, today we're starting off in the Old West where we left off. We will be starting with the rooftops, and that's where we're at. There are, so welcome. Whether you're new or don't know what it is, know what it is.
You mean the sun?
Yeah, that's it.
If you're new here, I'm sorry I have to drink every so often. I have dry mouth because of the medicines I've had to take for quite a while. Now, as you can see, we are on a rooftop course. Thus why it's called the rooftop. So, it will be a trek across these rooftops. And there are parts of it that you cannot do till later, just like everything else. When you get a bunch of new characters, then you have to go back and try and figure out which ones can help you with what. So, and that being said, that is just the way that Lego does their games. But let's be a little bit fair to them, okay? Because how many other gaming companies put out as many games as they did in this time frame? Because they had this one, then they had the second one to this. They also sorry, yeah, I got lost for a bit in the game.
Good news, you put out the fire. Bad news, you destroyed the ledge.
Okay, yeah. So now here we are. And as I said, we're using the rooftops to try to escape at this point. And if you notice, there's every kind of guard, every kind of cop down below. So,
Stand back. I'll use my drill.
now, also, because you have to go back and forth so many times, and I still have no idea why it does this, but when you put in that you want to do the free play option, you know, because you think, I thought at least, oh, well, I'll be able to take who I want, and we'll be able to go back, and I'll be able to, you know, look for the other items that didn't get retrieved for whatever reason. We didn't have said character, we didn't have this, we didn't have that, we didn't know this, we didn't know that, you know, that kind of thing. But so far, every time I have played free play, they never give me the exact people I put in, ever. So I don't know what the deal with that is, but it's not. They just, you pick somebody and they put 5 other people they want you to take with you. You don't choose the whole 6. Which was, like I said, a surprise to me. Because I would have thought for sure that you would have been picking your own set of people if you were, you know, free to play it however you wish. But no, that would not be the case. So keep that in your minds. Or it may be one of those glitches that only works at certain times or on certain gaming systems or 150 things like that as well. You know, I finally found a character that could open the gold places, but there was one gold place she couldn't open. She or he, you know. So here we have our first build on the rooftops course. So, and of course the only one that can build with instructions are the ones who are not master builders. So keep that in mind as we go. And like I said, there may be 5 or 6 characters that has lasers and can shoot certain gold items. But there are others that it takes a lot more than that. So just don't get frustrated. And I know it's easy to get frustrated in these. And as I was about to say, so they've got 2 on these 2 loot. And now my tongue's got up. They've got 2 movie ones for these 2 movies. Well, they also did the 9 Star Wars movies. Marvel Avengers, I don't know how many of those. Ninjago, so, you know, they have a lot of variation. And they, and there were more done too. I mean, I'm just getting started. They had the 9 of those. They had the Marvel Avengers. They had Batman the movie. And then, like I said, they had the two of these with Emmett. And all these came out like pretty close together. So there's gotta be some glitches in some of them because they didn't have time to, you know, even if they had done all they could, they would still have glitches because of having so many games to release in such a short time. And that's the way it was explained to me by Baby.
Vitruvius, do you think you could throw your staff into that
So, that's where we're at. So this is the rooftops, and this is our first time through for this. As you can see, it's wild style, or aka Lucy, Emmett, and Vitruvius. I don't know why, but half the time I end up calling him Vesuvius. And as you see, there are just cops everywhere, chasing us, cheating us.
Did I do it? I can't see.
So, we're using these characters because these are the characters that gives us to use in story play. And I believe they're the only ones that are part of the main core that have been unlocked at this point. Pretty soon, other characters start being introduced. Now, there were some cowboy characters
Thanks.
down here that, you know, in the regular cities that you could have taken with you, but right now we can do this with these three. Now later, and I will show you a spot where you will later have to come back and drop down when you have Unikitty. But you don't get Unikitty until you get to the board after this one. So don't feel in a great big hurry, because it's not really gonna affect you till then.
I'll cross over the beam.
No. I like, oh, and also, we were talking about the Lego Games franchise. They also released, Lego Undercover and, Lego Worlds during that same time. So for them to get all of those video games out and on the market, they had to do some serious hustling. I mean, we're talking a new game every quarter, or at least 6 months to a year. I mean, that's just crazy. But, you know, they want to do it and get it out while the movie's still, while the movies are still hot, because it's, you know, if you're 4 years later than the game with the movie, if you're 4 years after the movie, you're just then releasing the game, you've already lost most of your audience.
this to me.
So, the major things are to
We have to find a way to destroy the
find the
fire.
checkpoints, and use them, because if anything would happen, now we could come to this checkpoint. Or eventually, if you want to come back and just do part of the board or part of the game because you know you're missing a puzzle box or something from here, then it would be fairly simple to do because you would know what you were doing. So, if you like adventure, you'll like these. Oh, and they had Harry Potter too. I don't remember which Harry Potters, but Lego did make some Harry Potter games to go with those movies as well. So for being as big a company as they are, and they sell, you know, millions of dollars in bricks every year, because you start out even with just the really little ones, and they're the big fat blocks called Duplo. And then they keep going. And I saw them having like a 3D set of bricks. Well, I guess they're all 3D. But they literally, you could literally build Hogwarts Castle, but it was freaking huge. Like, I'm talking it would take up 80% of the playroom, and it would be something that you wouldn't want played, because, you know, it was like one of them 3D puzzle deals. You put it together, you did all the work, you know, it's like trying to put them little ships in the bottles. You really, really, really don't want them broken when you get done. Yeah, so little ones just don't touch it, is what they need to be told. But yeah, they do have some really nice looking heavy 3D puzzle buildings and so forth, but I'm not very good at that kind of thing, so you won't be seeing that here. Which is good. I'm having a hard time getting up on that right now. There we go. We have to do that 3 times. Not looking forward to that right at the moment. Come on, girl, get your butt down. comes barrel number 2. Barrel of dynamite number 2. One more.
You've almost finished them.
Come on, girl, get off of there. I don't know why, but that button seems to be one of the hardest to do for whatever reason.
Watch out for its laser. Vitruvius, could you hit him with your staff?
Oh, come on, I had that. That was bullshit. See, now, no matter what you do here, it's not going to be that great, because even if I knock him out, it's going to take longer to get back to her. And by the time she starts doing it, he'll be up on her. And see, I had all 3 lit up. That was crap. And all they're doing is just killing you over and over and over again with no hope of doing anything. And like I said, by the time he throws it and knocks him out, it's time, you know, you would have to be lightning quick to be able to get over there and get there in time and do what you're supposed to do. Alright, I hit all 3, so what's the crap? There we go, we heard the bell that time. Yeah, we'll do the rooftops tonight, and I may explain the bank heist. Of course, I don't know. We'll have to do another board between here and there, so we won't. If you look down right there, just for a brief second, you can see there's a rainbows in that doorway there, down below. Those are for Unikitty. And only Unikitty can break those particular blocks. So, you will have to come back through this so many times that it just isn't even funny. Because there are things in that room that only she can open the room, so there has to be something in there for her. And then, you know, there may be other people that have to go in there. There's also a box down there, but the box is for making a ladder to get back up to the top.
I'm going to walk along this perfectly safe, extremely sturdy ledge.
Okay, now he's just being sarcastic. He can actually see, can't he?
He's blind. They blinded him with the laser at the beginning. And there are anything that's like that that's scary, nobody can do it but him because he can't really see what he's doing. He just goes. Shoot, I missed the baubles back there. Oh, and here we go, more robots. The faster we get these drilled and done, the quicker you get out of the way of all these. Now, as you can see down here is another thing you'll have to do later. This is a silver rod. So silver, it only gets broken by, explosives. Just like the gold ones is only lasers. And not all lasers are the same. Alright, okie We're gonna be through this here in just a few minutes, and then next week we'll be doing the board for the train that they use to leave this area. But as you know, usually when you're trying to leave an area, you end up having to come right back to the area. So keep that in mind. This is another one of these times when you need to coordinate really well. Because it's just not even close to being right. See? And by the time you get to putting it all together, you're dead again. Seriously, I had that. See, this is my problem. I end up getting frustrated, and it just absolutely bugs me, and not in a good way. But eventually, when I get it figured out, then I'm like, okay. And I'm getting close to the end of story mode on mine, but it still says I need 60-some%, and I'm almost to the end of the story mode. I'm thinking, wow, so the rest of that time is going to be spent looking for collections. And there we stopped the robot sheriff because, right, robots and water used to not mix. Now, I must say that I've seen some of the worst perversions of dolls in Russia and Asia, in which these dolls are made into, well, they're human in most forms of the way. And one day I happened to be on one of them, and I heard a guy say, well, can she go in the hot tub? Now here's me thinking, when my phone says, what do you want? I'm constantly yelling nothing.
We've got more company.
I'm constantly yelling at it. I wasn't talking to you, B word. And it makes me so mad when it does that, because I don't have it set up. If I wanted it to do that, that would be different. I don't want it to do that. I think it's not good. And to be honestly, I mean, the only things that creep me out more really are Ouija boards and, you know, that kind of thing. So, okay, this is ridiculous. We have only killed one so far that way, and you're gonna realize here in a minute or two, when it takes forever, that Scooby, it's gonna be like Scooby-Doo scenery from the 69 series. Because it's going to show more, it's going to show them going through the same valley over and over and over, which is what they did on Scooby-Doo. They had like 10 frames or whatever, and they would just put them in different orders and different colors and move them around some, but they were really the same. And every once in a while you would catch, especially like during the run scenes where they were singing and running from somebody, those usually were the the ones that they did that in. And this way, you know.
SWAT man, hit him fast.
That must have hurt.
I think I got one.
I think you got two.
Guys. SWAT man, you better take him out fast.
Yeah, here they come. But if you'll notice, the curves and the straightaways, a lot of them are very similar to that which you have already seen. But it does make it feel like you are still moving and that you still have a chance and time to stay alive. But only, you know, if you get it right. So...
Did you see that?
Maybe. We might have seen it. Why? Anyhow, I want to thank y'all for sticking in here with me and helping me get this done. We still will have the train for the next video. And we are... I don't even know really, realistically. If I just showed you all the boards, we are on the third one now, and this is the fourth video. And there's still one more that connects to it before you move on to Cloud Cloud Cuckoo Land, which is where we would be going next. Where I'm trying to make these. Okay, so that was the end of the rooftops, and I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too short. Seemed long enough to me, but we'll see. As always, I'm going to check it. And I want to thank you again for coming and stopping by and watching. If you'd rather see me play something else or do something else without giving away my anonymity, then let me know in the comment section. Feel free to use that comment section. Also, my email should be in the boxes below. Now, I hope you all have a few good days, and I'll see you when I put up the next one. Laters.